Welcome back. I am Dawn Simon, and this is the Queen of Serious Talks. This is also episode 9, and it's called How Far You've Come. It's about the progress that we make in life and reflecting and giving ourselves a little bit of credit for that. So I hope it speaks to you, and I want to thank you again for listening. As I'm driving this morning, I'm thinking about who I am now in comparison to who I used to be. And it occurred to me that I'm comfortable in my own skin now, and I know what that means now. I was just reflecting on my, who I was in my late 20s, and when I went through my divorce, I felt really scared and alone, and every day when I would go to work, I felt like nervous. I had an unsettled feeling inside all of the time. I used to question things after I said them. I would talk to people, and then after the conversation, I would kind of run through everything I said, combing through every word, almost trying to find something wrong with what I said or something that they could have taken in a way that I didn't mean. I would look for things I said that maybe could have offended someone that I spoke with. The insecurity was so overwhelming at that point. And I think it's important for us to look at who we used to be in comparison to who we are. It's to reflect once in a while and give ourselves credit for how far we've come. Because I think we get caught in life, everyday life, we get caught in the things that, where we need to be, what we have to do, our to-do list, our bills that we need to pay, or, doctor's appointments we need to make. And we get, wrapped up in what's happening. And we don't often think about how far we've come. And I think that even if you're not doing inner work and you're not intentionally, trying to change as a person, I think that we all evolve anyway. As things happen in life, we change and we grow. And to stop and think about who we were at certain points and compare that to who we are now can really make us feel good. We need to be honest with ourselves and give ourselves a little bit of credit for the things that we've accomplished and the change that has happened. That can be physical. It doesn't have to be mental or emotional or spiritual. It could be, the growth that we've had. Maybe we've been promoted in our job. Maybe we used to, 15 years ago, we were struggling financially, and now here we are finally able to make ends meet, pay our bills. We're not living paycheck to paycheck. These are different things that we can look back on and pat ourselves on the back, give ourselves a little bit of credit. And that, I think, motivates us to move forward and keep going and keep trying. And I feel good about the change. I feel like I'm able to do things now and speak to people that I would have been too nervous to speak to. I have Pete and I have a client right now with our graphic design business who is someone that's a pretty well-known person That's all I can say right now, but I was able to have a meeting with them. I was able to have a conversation with them on the phone yesterday. And I was a little bit nervous, but I know I went into that, knowing that I could handle that. Knowing that I can be who I am. This is who I am. I'm not trying to be anything more than that. I know about my job. I know what I do. I know that I do it well. This isn't conceited. This is just facts based on, I don't know how you would say it, based on reality. And I can go into these situations now. I didn't hang up the phone and feel like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or, oh, maybe they thought I meant this when I really meant that, and, oh, I can't believe I used to beat myself up. I used to be so almost like terrified of what another person thought of me, or what they thought of something I said. And it would like haunt me, and I'd lay awake at night and I would think about it. I mean, even when I would go out for to a Halloween party, let's just say, I would spend the whole night, of course, mingling, drinking, having fun, laughing, joking, trying as hard as I could to be myself, quote unquote. And then before I even could get home, I'd be on my way home in the car, and I would be either thinking or talking about to Pete, who I spoke to, what I said. Do you think they thought this? Do you think they could have taken this wrong? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have said this instead. Maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut. And that was normal. And I would lay awake, and I would ruminate, and if I was able to fall asleep and I woke up in the middle of the night, I wouldn't be able to fall back asleep, because that would be going on in my mind. And it seemed to never shut off. So I'm happy to say that is not where I am now, that I don't do that anymore. And I've gotten more comfortable with who I am, and I've gotten more comfortable in my own skin. And that's something to be really happy about. So I hope that, you can find that too for yourself. I hope you can reflect. I hope you can think about who you used to be, take a few minutes and just, give yourself a little bit of credit for how far you've come, the things that you've accomplished, the things that maybe the habits that you've changed, and the things that you don't do anymore that no longer serve you and that you've been able to let go of. So give yourself a little bit of credit today. Thanks for listening. The content provided on this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only, and solely as a self-help tool for your own use. If you are in need of support, please do not delay in seeking mental health advice from a professional. I am not a mental health practitioner. I am simply sharing my own personal experiences here on this podcast.